Hey there, and welcome to my analysis/breakdown of the Dishonored 2 gameplay trailer that was released yesterday during a Bethesda C3 press conference. And now, I'm not an expert in Dishonored. It's one of my favorite games. I have played through it twice now, I think, through the DLC as well. Knife of Dunwall and Rigmore Witches. So I think I saw a lot of interesting things in this trailer, and I'd like to share them with you. Now, if I missed something, just comment down in the comment section below and let me know what I missed. So, enough talk, let's start the analysis. Now, let me stop the trailer right there. So, this boat that you see right here is probably a whaling ship, and it's supposed to be your main hub in this game. You know, the place where you can prepare for missions and buy stuff, you know, upgrades and stuff, and travel from Dunwall to Karnaca, where Dishonored 2 takes place. Now, let's stop right here. This looks like a party in honor of the late Empress Jessamine, I think she's called, you know, the Empress that was murdered in the beginning of the first Dishonored. And now you can see here, this looks like Dunwall, you know, very grey city. I think this is a train or monorail or something like that. It's driving through here, and this looks really like Dunwall, you know, the blue colors and the grey and the Victorian era London vibe, which is very different of Karnaca. And you start actually Dishonored 2 in Dunwall. Now, here we are again at the same party in honor of the late Empress Jessamine. And to the left you can see Corvo, the protagonist of the first game. He's much older now, he's 15 years older, and he's actually a playable character this time around as well, you know. You can choose between Emily Caldwin, you know, the kid from the first Dishonored game, you know, that you had to protect, that turned out to be your daughter. You can play as her, or you can play as Corvo. Here you see a breathtaking view of Karnaca, which I think everything you can see here you can explore. You know, the game is obviously not open world, but like in Dishonored 1, you had like these big open areas, this big mission. Think of it like Hitman. You know, you have a mission and you have a big open area there where you can operate, but you can like go from a city to the other and stuff. You are confined to this place, but it's very big, so you can explore a lot. Now here are the bloodflies, which are the equivalent to the red plague that was in the first Dishonored. I think they are very vicious, and if you're playing as Corvo, you can actually possess them like you did with the rats in Dishonored 1. Here it's a whale. Like in Dunwall, Karnaca is a place where people hunt whales, but in Dunwall it looked like they did this for the whale oil. That was the main source of energy for that city. But here it doesn't look like they are using the oil, but just hunting the whale for the flesh, I'm assuming. So here you can see two guys wearing masks. If you played Dishonored 1, you might recognize the emblem on his wrist there, on his glove. Those guys are most probably overseers. You know, they are part of a cult that hates the outsider and magic and all that stuff. And they played a pretty big role in the first game. In fact, your first target that you had to assassinate was High Overseer Campbell, and he was, you know, the boss of the overseers. And it looks like they look very different 15 years later. You know, their masks are now gray and darker. back there, you can see that the overseers are hunting the Howlers, which is another gang, another group of people that I'm gonna show you afterwards. Now, this is a scene I'm very, very excited about. As you can see here, this is most probably in Karnaca because the guards are wearing, you know, summer clothes, and Dunwall they wear blue uniforms, and I've never seen a guard in Dunwall with no sleeves. So this is most probably in Karnaca. Maybe late in the game, I'm not sure. But Corval is obviously not amused. He doesn't like this woman here, this mysterious woman. And spoilers for the DLC for the first game, which you probably didn't play anyway. Not a lot of people did. But this woman is most likely Delilah Copperspoon, actually the main antagonist for the DLCs, The Knife of Dunwall and Brigmore Witches. And during that DLC she actually tried to seize the throne and possess Emily Caldwin, you know, the heir to the throne back then. She didn't succeed, obviously, because Emily's still alive and well, because Dowd, actually the killer of the Empress, you know, he fought her and actually managed to trap her in the Void, which is essentially another dimension where the Outsider lives. I'm gonna show you a clip where that happened right now. Now, back to Dishonored 2, this is gonna be a very quick scene, so stick with me. Let's watch that again, shall we? In slow motion. So, Corvo most likely used his bend time abilities to kill like 3 guards in 1 second. Now, this looks like it's the Void, actually the place where the Outsider lives and where, as I told you, Delilah was trapped. It looked very different in the first game. Right now it looks very grey and very black and white, so, you know, looks a bit different. Now, this woman here, I think she is supposed to be Megan Foster, the captain of the boat, you know, your main hub in Dishonored 2. She's actually voiced by Rosario Dawson, who you might know from Daredevil, Netflix Daredevil. Now, here is one of the main antagonists. He is the Duke of Karnaca, and he's actually voiced by another actor from Daredevil, Vincent D'Onofrio, aka Kingpin. Now, this guy here, he's got an overseer as a prisoner, and he is very interesting, and I'm gonna show you guys who he is in a second. So here is most likely Emily's hand, and she's put a ring on. As you can see, it has 4 keys, something like that, and this is just speculation, but I think this is a ring worn by the royal family of Dunwall of the Isles, because it has 4 keys. And as you might know, here's the map, by the way, of the Isles. There are four isles in the Empire, so maybe, you know, just a speculation on my part, but this might be important. Here is Emily using her Shadow Walk power. You know, it's used actually to be very stealthy and can also be used as a very quick way to kill your enemies, as we will see in a second. Let me pause right there so you can see the poster behind this dude who's being assassinated right now, and we can see it says, "Wanted, Paolo, leader of the Howlers." As I said previously, the Howlers are a gang, and Paolo is their leader. And I think that's the guy that was torturing the Overseer a few seconds back. And I think he's gonna come up in a few seconds as well. So, this guy looks very similar to the dude in the picture and the dude that was interrogating the Overseer. I think this is Paolo, and he's actually voiced by Pedro Pascal, or as you might know him, Oberyn Martell from Game of Thrones. Here Emily is using her far-reach ability to pull an enemy towards her and kill him in midair. This ability can also be used as a way of moving around in the world and, you know, getting to a place really quickly as well. So here we can see Emily using another of her powers. This one is called Domino, and basically you can link 2 or up to 4 people together and they share the same fate. So if you link 2 people together and knock one of them out, the other one is gonna be knocked out as well. Here it looks like Emily fell into the void, and she was saved by none other than the Outsider, who is more or less like a godlike being that is trapped in the void, and he's basically very bored, trapped in the void, and just gives powers to people like Corvo and Emily to see what they do with them, if they are gonna cause chaos or if they are gonna surprise him and be good people, you know, which is very interesting character, and I look forward to learn more about him in this game. Runes are back in Dishonored 2, and they are very useful collectibles that you can use to upgrade your powers and abilities. You can find them in the world by using your heart to locate them. Another of Emily's powers, this one is called Mesmerize, which, like the name says, distract enemies so you can sneak past them or kill them. Here's the heart. Like I said previously, it's used to locate runes and collectibles, and amongst other things. In the background you can see an outsider shrine, which is where you normally find runes, and you can have a chat with the outsider. Here is the Outsider's Mark, which is given to you by the Outsider, of course, and it basically allows Emily and Corvo to use their powers. And today I learned that you can actually refuse it and play through the whole game without any powers if you so want, which makes the game much harder, of course. And that's it from me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. It took me a long time to edit because I suck at it. But if you did, leave a like below, and if you like this sort of thing, head over to It's Obvious Gaming. My buddies there are doing E3 coverage this whole week. So see you guys next time. Goodbye.